What's good, everyone? It's your boy Santo G, back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, if you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Tap that notification bell. It don't cost you nothing, and it will help out this channel, help out this movement. So today, I wanted to pretty much continue both the stories from yesterday. How things transpired with the homie Shorty pretty much taking off on Thumper. Well, Thumper pretty much taking off on Shorty first, then Shorty taking off on Thumper in the day room, and then going to the hole because they did it in front of where the door's at, where the COs are at. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. So after everything happened with the phone, and I ended up taking the phone rap, there started being friction, you know what I'm saying? Because I had just moved in there, and like I said, the homie Shorty was living with the homie Thumper for, I want to say, at least a good six months. You know what I mean? No less than 6 months. It could have been more, no less than 6 months though. So they were living in the cell together, and like I said, the homie took care of them. So pretty much by Shorty not taking that rap for the homie or even suggesting it, the homie felt some type of way. And the homie Shorty also felt some type of way, you know what I'm saying? Because he's about to go home, and now he's getting mixed up into all this drama, you know what I'm saying? But he knew what he was getting himself into. He knew what was feeding him, what he was surviving off of, you know what I'm saying? He knew what came with it. So it's like, whose side do you take? Let me know in the comments. You know what I mean? Me, I'm neutral. But so all that starts happening, and then a cell opens up downstairs in the same building, same block, same yard, you know what I mean? But downstairs. So the homie Shorty ends up moving downstairs. He ends up taking his TV, his antenna, everything. Well, long story short, he didn't even tell the homie Thumper that he was moving. That's where I think things went wrong. You know what I mean? He could have at least gave him the heads up. Like, hey, look, check this out. I rode it with you this far, and I understand how you feel, but the way I feel is I've been helping you along the way. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just time for me to back away, move out, and make it home. You know what I'm saying? I think if they would have just sat down and the homie would have really told them, like, hey, look, this is how I feel. But then again, the homie wasn't the type of person that, like, you could talk to easily, you know what I'm saying? So he might have been intimidated to even tell him anything, you know what I'm saying? So he moves. The homie comes home. He goes to work because he worked in the yard crew. He comes home. He comes back to the cell, and he's like, hey, where's Shorty? His stuff is gone. I'm like, oh, he moved downstairs, bro. He's like, what? He went downstairs. He came back with a TV and an antenna. Like, what happened? He's like, fuck that. That fool left. Like, that's my TV, that's my antenna, you know? Like, yeah, I bought it and I told him you can use it, but I never told him it was yours. I told him for as long as you're right here riding with me, that's you. So by him leaving, he took it back. Old boy went upstairs and tried to tell him, hey, nah, well, I paid you, and woo, woo, woo. They started going back and forth. Like, whoa, well, why didn't you tell me, woo, woo? And the homie Thumper just said, boop, 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 boop. Pretty much just boop, 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 boop. And only hit him like 3-4 times, but the homie was all hinchado. He didn't fight back, nothing, you know what I mean? He went downstairs. He ends up going to yard that night. Certain people end up getting in his ear. Now he ends up feeling some type of way. He ends up going out to yard the next day. They supposedly gave him the okay because it was something personal, like, hey, that's on you. He personally put his hands on you. However you respond, that's on you. So I'm upstairs in the cell with the homie, you know what I'm saying? We had just got another one of those. So he just hands it to me like, here, fool, put it to charge. I'm putting it to charge. He's like, I'm gonna go downstairs and get water. Goes downstairs and gets water. Then next thing you know, you just start hearing the. So I go out and I look and I see the homie Shorty like grabbing him from the back. And then that fool just launches him and starts boo, 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 starts mollywopping him. Next thing you know, they hit the alarm, the Hudas come in. And like I said, when the Huras came, they just saw the homie on top of Shorty. You know what I'm saying? They just saw the homie T on top of Shorty. So they ended up getting the homie T on an assault on Shorty, not knowing that Shorty was actually the one that took off. And I guess because he didn't have that much strength and the homie had clothes on, it didn't really go in, you know what I'm saying? So his attempt to actually do that failed. That's why it ended up being the homie ended up assaulting him, and then ended up going in the books like that. Like Thumper assaulted Shorty. Long story short, they end up sending Thumper to the hole. Shorty comes back. Keep in mind, he still comes back to the same building. So he ends up going home, right? He ends up going home. The homie Thumper, he ends up going to a B yard. I end up having contact with him, you know what I'm saying? But the moral of the story is that Shorty went home. Next thing you know, I'm chilling on my bunk. I'm watching the news because I was in New Corcoran. You get the Bakersfield news. You don't get Corcoran news, you know what I mean? There's no such thing. It's Bakersfield news. So I'm watching the Bakersfield news. Keep in mind, it was Shorty from Vaudeville Bakers. Anybody from Bakersfield, if you guys know Shorty from Vaudeville Bakers, when he was on the news for climbing up the power pole, being on a standoff, you know what I mean? You guys can verify this. Let me know in the comments. You guys know what I'm talking about. So pretty much, I'm chilling. I see the news. It says, man on meth, power pole standoff. It's a guy hugging a fucking power pole. And I'm looking. Keep in mind, I seen him when he went home. He's wearing the same exact stuff that he was wearing when he went home. It's sad to say, but he was. I'm going to put the picture right here. I'm going to implement it. The only difference is he had on a hoodie. Because he still had on the fucking Pro Club shorts that we get in the package. He still had the same shoes that he paroled with. Only difference is he had a hoodie. But it says, man on meth, power pole standoff. It says they were patrolling the neighborhood. They seen him. They blurted him, or I don't know if they blurted him or they started following him. Long story short, he got scared, climbed up the power pole, and was refusing to come down. Everyone was making jokes like, oh, that fool don't want to come back because he's scared of Thumper. Like, he's scared what Thumper's going to do to him. You know what I mean? He was high on meth, like, I ain't trying to go back. The homie's going to get me. You know what I mean? That's funny. You know what I mean? My bad, dog, Shorty, if you get to see this better. But, hey, you know what I mean? That's what everyone was saying, my boy. You know what I mean? Like, hey, he was scared to see Thumper again. He fucking climbed up the power pole like, nah, Charlie. Let me know in the comments, man. Unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, it's all real, raw stories that I said. They can be verified. And I'm not saying it because I condone anything or anything. I'm just sharing my life story. And numbers don't lie. You guys like it. Let's get it.